Hi guys, I'm Taylor and I'm your Friday as always, and this week's topic was my choice, and I chose to do 3 things that reminded us of eating disorders, bullying, suicide, depression, anything like that. It had to be from a movie or a book. So I actually ended up choosing 4, and I know I cheated, but it's just because I couldn't pick between 2 movies that really reminded me of it, so I'm sorry. I kind of broke my own rule. And so the movies that I chose were Fat Like Me and Queen Size. So Fat Like Me, it stars Kaylee Kuko. She played Bridget on Eight Simple Rules, and now she plays Penny on Big Bang Theory. And this, I think, was kind of like in between those two. And she plays this girl who needs money to go to college, and in order to do that, she needs to win this documentary type contest. So she decides, since people in her life are overweight, or they used to be overweight, her mom used to be really fat, she decides to pretend to be fat, like wear a fat suit and go to summer school and document what people say about her. And it really shows, like, because she's really skinny and popular, and she never realized how much they're judged and how much it hurts. And it really just shows you what it's like on both sides. And it's a really great movie. It's on YouTube. It was on Lifetime, but it's on YouTube, I know that. The next is Queen Sized, and it stars one of my favorite actresses, Nikki Blonsky, who was in Hairspray. And she plays an overweight girl who isn't very popular. She gets made fun of a lot, and as a joke, somebody nominates her for Homecoming Queen. Well, she knows it's a joke, obviously, but she decides to take it seriously, and she runs for Homecoming Queen. But along the way, she does start to kind of lose herself. But it's a really good movie, and I don't know if it's on YouTube or Netflix or anything, but if you look up for it on Putlocker, I'm sure you could find it. It's one of my favorite movies because it just really shows reality behind a situation, and it shows that if you're big, it's okay to be big. You don't have to be ashamed of yourself. Now on to my books. I chose Willow by Julia Hoban, and the book is about a girl. Her name is Willow, and she's 16, and she had her learner's permit, and her parents were too drunk to drive home one night, so they asked her to do it. Well, she did, and she lost control of the car. It wasn't her fault, it just happened, and she crashed, and her parents died, but she lived. So she has to move in with her older brother and his wife and their newborn daughter, or she's not newborn, she's like 6 months old or something, and she's secretly cutting herself because she feels really bad about her parents' death. She feels like it's her fault. Her brother and her are also going through some hard times because they've kept their house on the market, and it's a bunch of people in one small apartment, and it's just really hard on her, and so all the stress is getting her, so she starts cutting herself, and she's been cutting herself for a while. And she doesn't tell anybody. She's really, lost all her friends because she had to switch to a new school. And then she meets this guy, and his name is Guy, and he finds out about her secret, and he decides that he's going to help her and be there for her through every step of the way. And it's a really great book. And again, it's Willow by Willow by Julia Hoban. The other books by J. Asher. It's a great book, and my sister made me read it, and it's just amazing. But it does go into detail about cutting, so if you can't handle reading something like that, I don't recommend you read it, because even though it's a great book, it's just, I don't want people to be like, I read that book you recommended and it was so graphic. It's not overly graphic, it's just not like all sunshine and roses. So the next book is 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher, and it's being made into a movie. Both of these books are. And it's about a guy who gets these tapes, and they're 13 cassette tapes, and they were made by Hannah Baker, who, I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name, which is really bad, the main character of the book, but he gets these tapes, and on them, this girl, Hannah Baker, who has just committed suicide, gives her 13 reasons why she committed suicide, or 13 people why. And actually, it's repeated twice. Somebody's repeated twice. And the thing is, he has to listen to all of them and then pass them on to the next person on the list. So, and she it just really goes into how he knew her and how everybody else knew her, and everybody knew the events that led up to her suicide. Like, everybody knew and nobody really did anything. And it's kind of one of those, you knew but you didn't say anything. And this is getting really long, I'm sorry. And it's just a really good book, and it shows you that you should always say something, because one word can save a life. So those are my choices, and I'm so happy that we got to do this topic. And we've been doing this for 2 months now, and so thank you all for loving us and supporting us. So, okay, so Kylie, please message everybody by Sunday night your topic, and until next week, guys, I hope you all have a great weekend.